as much to them.
So sorry for your loss.
Brianna, Superintendent Johnson says he will get to the bottom of it and officers will be held accountable. Do you believe he's sincere?
We don't want to speak on it.
I can address that. There's a whole lot of unanswered questions. So I certainly hope that Superintendent Johnson is sincere. They made the video available earlier than they ever have in the past. In the past, we've had a fight for years to get videos released. Ronald Johnson and LaQuan McDonald. So this is a step in the right direction. If we're showing us the video is a step in the right direction, there are so many unanswered questions about why, how, why the video wasn't working, what was in these officers' minds. From seeing the video, it almost looked they were close to high-fiving each other. And to hear one officer say, F this, I'm going to be suspended for 30 days, gives us an indication of how these officers felt about how they were jacked up. And while they're saying this, Paul O'Neill, 18 years old, was lying face down on the ground, bleeding after having been shot in the back while he's unarmed by Chicago police officers. That has to stop. It's great to have body cams, even though we still don't know what that body cam would have shown, or if ever will. But even with body cams that are turned on by police officers, we still have police officers shooting unarmed black men as they're running. And that is what needs to be done, I would hope, when Superintendent Johnson says, let's get to the bottom of this. Officers cannot exact their own street justice. They cannot play judge, jury, and executioner. That's what happened here today. And their attitude after the shooting, while Paul lay dying on the ground, handcuffed, demonstrates that.
Brianna, if you had one message both to Chicago police and the city overall, what would you have to say?
We just want answers, the truth.
The problem is we always look for answers. The problem is we don't have any radical people in power that would just look at what's right and say, we need to do this immediately. There's always procedures in place and FOP contracts in place and IPRA has to investigate and the investigation is going on. It's always these procedures that we have to wait on and wait for answers. We need some more radical people to say, look, I just saw that video and that officer did wrong and he needs to be disciplined and he didn't. We need a radical superintendent to be that way. So Superintendent Johnson should be that way. And he may violate some of the procedures or codes they got in place to protect these officers, but he needs to.
Can you tell us just how difficult that was to watch that video? I know you and your mother left after 15 minutes or so. Can you share us a little bit about that, since that's what the news is today? Yeah.
I know that when our bodies were in there, we was really hurt. It was disturbing, very disturbing. Not the way anything's supposed to be done.
Okay, can you tell us why you felt it was important to see the video?
For the truth, I don't want anyone to lie in my face and tell me and try to show my brother's image. I wanted to know the truth myself.
Okay. That's it.
That's it
Thank
for
you,
now.
guys.
Thank you very much.
Please spell Rihanna's name for everybody.
Yeah. Briana Adams.
One N.
When?
Adams, A-D-A-M-S.
And also the model.
Michael, one more question. Those of us who haven't seen all of the videos, is there a police camera beyond the body cams that shows the shooting? And if so, can you describe the number 6, number 7, or
The video that we've seen, and there may be more video coming, I don't know if IPRA knows, obviously the investigation is still going. You see police officers shooting at the car as the car drives by for no reason. It's pretty graphic. After the car accident, you hear gunshots. After the police officer's car slams into the Jaguar, because the police officer's going the wrong way. You then hear as they're running through the pathway, one officer is unable to climb the fence, but you hear a bunch of gunshots. We have not seen any video that shows the actual shooting of Paul.
Even from an overhead camera?
So far, even from an overhead photo, the camera. We're actually doing our own investigation also to try and uncover some video. I think what needs to be done, in addition to everything that's been said, is I'm calling for a special prosecutor, one who is unbiased, to come in and start investigating now, not 6 months from now, not a year from now, to come in and start investigating now to see what potential charges should be done and also take control of the investigation. You have the police department doing their own investigation. You have everybody doing their investigation. But it's time for a special prosecutor to come in and start looking at this right now, and that may in fact help build some faith within the community.
So is your conclusion that it was an execution based on the autopsy and what you could draw from the video today rather than actually seeing the shooting?
Well, I saw enough in the shooting, I saw enough of the video to know that I believe it was an execution. It is clear, and the police have even announced, even though we have been unable, the autopsy report may not be finished, but everybody seems to be saying that he was shot in the back, and everybody seems to agree that he was unarmed. So that is what I base my opinion on so far. I think a special prosecutor needs to come in and look at all of that and go through the ongoing investigation and monitor what everybody is doing, so no mistakes and no cover-ups will be done from this day forward. Thank you.
Mr. Frank?